All right, today I want to talk about how, as Christians, we need to make our thoughts submit to us. You know, it says in the Bible we need to make our thoughts submit to us, and that's really what we need to do. And I mean, the reason for that is the human mind wanders, and you know evil and bad things pop into human minds all the time. I mean, that's just the way it is ever since sin started in the garden. Uh, but I mean, we do have the power to make those thoughts submit to us, and that's what the Bible's talking about. I mean, if you're born again Christian, you have the Holy Spirit, and the Holy Spirit, it'll remind you, when you're doing something wrong, when you're having a bad thought, you're having a bad thought. I mean, you are. Uh, and we have to make those thoughts submit to us, which just means this is what it means. It means when one of those thoughts pop in your head, you just cut it off. You're like, nope, I'm not doing that today. Because if not, you'll sit there and daydream about what you would do to this person or that person because of things they've done, or you know, or how people's wronged you in the past, and you're holding on to that anger, and you're sitting there daydreaming about that stuff, going through a whole thought process. That's what we're not supposed to do. We're supposed to, when one of those thoughts pop into our head, we're supposed to nope, I'm cutting it off there and start thinking about something else. So go ahead and lead yourself to some other thoughts or whatever you need to do. But you know we've got to learn. We've got to learn to let things go. And sometimes that's hard to do if someone's wronged you really bad in the past and stuff like that. It's hard. It's hard to let some things go. But as Christians, that's our responsibility is to let them go, even though no matter how bad they hurt us, we have to let them go, because not only is it, are you holding on to that anger and stuff, but it's hurting you. It's not. I mean, what's it doing to them? The only thing it's doing is bothering you. It's bothering you and causing you to have bad thoughts that you shouldn't be having. So we got to learn to let things go. I mean, you got to think about, like, a good example of this is the Pharaoh, and the story of Joseph. The Pharaoh couldn't let it go. Yes, God hardened his heart and stuff, but I mean, he just couldn't let it go. Uh, you know, and God hardened his heart to prove a point, to show all of us, what it's like, what can happen if you don't let things go. And, he is all powerful. He has power to do anything. But, you know, the point of it is the Pharaoh, he could have let go. He could have let go of it. You know, all those plagues started happening. He could have stopped at any point. But the Hebrews was an important, part of his empire. That was a whole lot of free work. He could have them do anytime he needed anything done. He could have them do it for free. So of course he wouldn't want to let them go, because he's got all these, millions of people that he can have do whatever he wants for him all the time. But you know, so of course you don't want to let them go, because that's taking out a big chunk of his workers, huge chunk, probably the majority of them. But the thing is, if he had the choice to let it go at any time, he could have, before it got that bad. But he couldn't let it go, and then it ended up costing him, with the last play, ended up costing him his son's life, which that's a terrible thing, to lose your own child. I mean, I couldn't even imagine. But and at that point, I'm sure he was distraught and just like, oh, just let him go. He had had enough. But then he still didn't let it go. He got to thinking about it after they left, and it was probably, this is what I think he was probably thinking. He's probably thinking, why do I let him go? What do I have left to lose now? He's like, I ain't got nothing left. I lost my own, kid, there's nothing else I can lose. I'm going to go punish these people, He probably thought, I'm going to go wipe them out or go, make things 1,000 times harder on them, make them live in misery for what they done. But he didn't realize there was more to lose. There's always more to lose. What I was saying, with the fair, after he lost his son, he could have let it go, but he couldn't. So he went after him. And when he went after him, ended up costing him his own life and, loads of his soldiers. He lost a lot of Egyptian lives that day because of his own personal issues that he couldn't let go of. Um, and he cost all those lives because of it. So there's always more to lose. You know, I'm sure when he set out, he wasn't thinking it was even possible for him to lose his own life, but it was. Anything's possible. So, yeah. But that's a good lesson for us all, that we need to let things go, because if not, it can cost you your life. Not only can it cost you your life, it can cost you your spirit. It can cost you heaven if you're trying to get to heaven and you can't let go of those things. It could keep you you know, from making it. And then, look at what you lost out on just because you couldn't let something go. That's the importance of letting things go. I'm going to end it with that today. And thank y'all for watching my videos. And I love y'all so much. And just, just thanks so much. And, may God bless each and every single one of you. And thanks for watching my videos.